Make sure you click the like button, subscribe. I want to say this on my mind. You know, my uncle passed away, and I already knew it. He's not gonna make it. You know. I feel sad. You know. He's 70 years old. You know, he's almost to 80s. Rest in peace to my Uncle David, my favorite uncle. And I hope he make it to heaven. And I know he's gonna get an account. What he did. I remember making videos. Say rest in peace to my uncle. I just want to do another video, tell you a little story about him. When I was a kid, I was like maybe like 10 years old, 9 years old. I didn't even knew I have an uncle. Maybe I wasn't paying attention when my mama was telling me. My mama had like 7 brothers, I believe. 7 brothers, she told me. And I was a kid. Me, my mom, and my little bro, we left out of California to visit my grandma. When I was young, when I was a kid, and I say, I really don't want to go by my grandma. I really want to go by my grandma on my daddy's side. You know what I'm saying? When I was a little kid, I used to say I really don't want to go by my grandma. It's not that I hate my grandma. No, it's not about that. You know, rest in peace to my grandma. I really miss her, man. I really miss her a lot. You know, she played the piano, and she sang, and she made jokes. You know what I'm saying? And man, you know, if you're out of pocket, man, she really cursing you out, holding you to the fire. You know what I mean? If you did something wrong. You know, rest in peace to my grandma. And you know, and my grandma, man, she's a strong woman. I remember she cleaned the backyard, and she do all the work. She really liked to work. You know what I'm saying? She used to work at the thrift store and everything. You know. It's not about my grandma, y'all. It's about my Uncle David. Man. And I was a little kid. It's the first time I seen him when we was visiting in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And I don't remember that much. All I remember, we went over there to his crib to see one of my cousins I ain't seen before. I was like, maybe like 11 years old. And we used to play around and hide and seek, whatever I'm doing. I used to do the bad things when I was over there by David. You know what I'm saying? I used to kiss my own cousin. I didn't even know she's my cousin. I don't want to mention her name. You know what I mean? She red skin, you know, and I got caught with kissing. Moby's hiding under the bed. And, you know, one of my cousins snitching on me, and I got mad. And they told my mama, and they told my grandma. They told my uncle, and, you know, my uncle grabbed me, and he didn't whip me. And he told me, "You don't even know she's your cousin?" I said, "Nah, I ain't even know." He said he was about to whip me, but he wasn't. Because if he did, he'd think my mom gonna get mad for him to chastise me. You know. So David, he just let me slide. But my grandma, she telling me, "You know you're gonna get a whipping, you know mom gonna whip you." My mom said, "I'm gonna tear your butt up, get to our house, get to grandma's house." I said, "Mom, I didn't mean, you know what I mean? I didn't know she was my cousin. I got one of my cousins I ain't even met. And I was a child. I was like 9 years old, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? But man, you know, when I was a kid, I used to do the bad things. You know, I used to kiss my cousin, man. I can't help myself. Even she, you know. I make the move, she make the move, so we got caught. I don't know if she catch a whipping or not, I don't remember. But I didn't catch a whipping, but I know I'm not gonna do it no more. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was in California, living in a Whisper Pine apartment. My Uncle David came here. I think my mama picked him up at the Greyhound station, you know, and stayed by my mom's house. And I don't know about his situation. I don't know he got put out by his wife, my auntie-in-law. I don't know. And I remember David, you know, we talked, you know, we cool and made jokes. David, he made me laugh, and he wanted me get in a car with him, to drive my mama car, try and play some old school music. And we ride, man, he driving fast. My mama don't even know. My mama, she find out he driving fast, she gonna catch a fit. You know. You know, he take me somewhere, like a grocery store. I don't know, he take me something. But he went to the store called Bel Air, buy some food or something. I don't remember that much. And I remember he was a date with another chick. And she's short. And her name is Michelle. I ain't gonna lie. And she stayed on a resident for an apartment. And that's all I remember. And you know, all I know, man, if I did something bad, man, David got my mind right. You know, he holding me accountable, and who holding me to the fire. And I always did something bad when I was a kid. I always get my butt whipped. My mom always with me. My other uncle, the one I hate, his name's David Carruth. Man, he wore me out, bro. I used to have a fight with him. I had so much hate in my heart towards him. But when I coming up, when I was young, I remember what he did to me. But I gotta forgive him. I gotta forgive him. Mom told me I gotta forgive him. If you truly follow God, you know, I had to repent. You know, it's not no. I gotta forgive him. Forgive is not gonna be that easy, man. If I don't forgive my uncle, then the Most High is not with me, and He's not gonna forgive me if I don't forgive him. You know. Rest in peace, David Carruth. You know, he died for AIDS. He died in 2008. That's David, baby brother. You know. In the year 2022, or I think it's 2022 or 23, I don't remember. 22, me and my baby mama went to Atlanta, Georgia, to go see my Uncle David. But we went to the hotel, La Quinta Hotel. Spent at least like 5 to 6 days over there, and you know, went over there by Michelle, and I could have stayed a night over there. She really want to open the door for me to stay there, but I was not a thought about it. You know, my baby mama said, you could have stayed over there by Michelle. I said, I know, but we got a hotel. And my cousin Mama, she got a car, and we went over there to see my Uncle David. And I think he on a wheelchair. And David, you know, he getting old. And I don't remember, I see he had a teeth in his mouth. You know what I mean? David not the same when I was a kid. And I remember he had a little issues with a nurse. I don't know what it is. And my cousin Mama trying to figure what's going on, why she treating my uncle that way. You know, she don't like nobody disrespecting my uncle. She said, I don't like nobody disrespecting my dad. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what he did, and I don't know. There's some nurses out there, man, she just mistreating elderly people. You know what I mean? They're not supposed to be doing that. They're not supposed to mistreat the patient. You know, it doesn't matter what he did wrong or what. Just because he asked for something, or if he don't want to eat, then he don't want to eat. You know what I mean? The food, whatever you gave him, you know what I mean? He don't like the way he eat, don't get mad. So, you know, they know what I'm talking about. My cousin, they're watching my videos. You know, make sure you click the like button, subscribe. And I gotta say this, man. Can't cry forever if someone pass away. I know it's hurt. You gotta keep it moving. Gotta keep it moving. he in a better place. The Most High took care of him to tell him to come home. He in a good sleep right now. So, I know y'all be listening to my videos. Condolences to my own family. One of my cousins I ain't even seen. All I gotta say is, man, we gotta be strong, and I will be over there. Show up in the funeral. All you have to do is just help me out with a ticket. If I have some money right now, I can go there myself. I pay for my own. My money I had is for my bills. I gotta put food in the house. I gotta send my girl some money. I gotta do all that. I gotta buy tissue paper. If you understand, man, then I ain't no problem. So, all I can say is, man, I believe he's in heaven. Well, we got to stop lying to ourselves. If somebody pass away, don't just say, okay, the person died, they're in a better place. Well, how you know they're in a better place? And honestly, I don't know nothing what David done in the past. Only God knows. But I believe he's in heaven. And I believe he see my grandma. But guys, we got to get right with God. We got to get right with the Most High. And y'all really need to look at our lives, what we did on this earth. Because if you don't hold yourself accountable what we done on this earth, we're not going to make it. I repeat, if we did something wrong, whatever y'all doing on this earth, we got to get right. We got to repent. And we got to hold ourselves accountable when we done wrong. If you did something to hurt somebody, you got to apologize. You got to, you got to take your accountability of what you did was wrong, because you're going to get judged for that what you done. Whoever who hurt you, you got to forgive them and just keep it moving. I'm not saying for you, you can be friends, you can hang out with them. You don't have to. You got to forgive them, whoever who hurt you, to make you, whoever who hurt you that makes you angry, make you crash out. Hey, it happens. Everybody get upset. We all get angry. But we got to address these issues. You got to forgive one another. And we already know, excuse me, our family are separate because they're grown up. We do all day, take care of kids. I get it. You got to go to work. You got to do this, you got to do that. You don't have time for time with each other. I get it. But come on now. All I say is, man, we got to look at ourselves and get it right and get right with the Most High. And repent and do what we got to do. Do what we got to do what's right. Because we are going to get judged. We all make a mistake. But we got to address these issues before it's too late. We got to stop hating on each other. You gotta stop gossiping, stop killing, stop lying, stop cheating, stop backstabber. We gotta stop that. We gotta kill that, man. Man, my uncle just passed away, man. We gotta get a lot more respect, you know. And my mama, she needs to get out of her feelings and move on and stop bringing up in the past, man. You know, she needs to stop that. He's gone, and you know, man, you gotta let that past be. Stop thinking about, oh, remember that year, what you did to me and all that. You owe me an apology for hung up in my face and all that stuff. Stop that, man. Stop. Let it go. Stop bringing it up in the past, because that's how Satan wants. Satan wants y'all to bring it up in the past and start fighting, you know, to make them feel guilty. That was a long time ago. You know, because, you know, man, if you don't, man, we're going to be judged, and we got to get our count to the Most High. So, all I say is, man, rest in peace to my Uncle David, and he in peace. You know, he in peace. In peace. So, it's nothing we crying about. It's okay to cry, but you're in a better place. Just be happy and just move on and just take care of our business. Take care of business, whatever you're doing. And I know David be watching over me when I'm doing videos. You know. I feel a little sad, but I take heart, because he's in a better place. He's in peace. That's all I gotta be saying. It's your boy Jonah TV for life. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and stop hating. I know one of my family listened to it. You know, we gotta stop being fake, man. We gotta stop being fake, because we gotta go up to the. We're gonna go up to the new year, 2026, man. 2026, man. The world's gonna change, because I know 2026 is gonna be a terrible year, but we gotta get right with God and keep His commandment the best with ability. Keep the laws and statute commandments of the Most High, and read the Bible and reach our people. You don't have to go in a church. Have the one-on-one relationship with our God for yourselves. For yourselves. Don't be caught up with religions. So, that's all I gotta be saying, guys. You know, I'm out. I gotta go eat. I just got home. And shout out to my cousin Mia, Tia, Daybone. I got nothing but love for y'all. Shout out to my auntie, including my mama, and my auntie Michelle. I got no love for y'all. Y'all get right with God, repent. It is what it is, y'all. Peace and blessings, y'all. West good peace to my Uncle David Carruth. I'm out.